Hey everyone, this is the one true Circe, and this is my Hades 2 Patch 2 tier list for all the weapon aspects. Starting off with the staffs. I love the aspect of Melinoë in this case. I've maxed it fully. It makes the Omega strikes faster. All your Omega charges faster, and it's ridiculous. 30%, it goes so fast. It's really good overall. Whatever type of build, it's very flexible. It works really well. Done. Circe. I can't like it enough. So they made Serenity trigger faster. I think it's every 12 attacks or specials, but Serenity only lasts 5 seconds, which you don't really pump out a lot of damage in that time. It does give you mana back, so it keeps you consistent, but it's not strong enough for what it is. It does increase Omega damage pretty significantly though, so there is probably a good build for it. I just need some more time testing it. Otherwise, I don't think it comes close. Staff of Momus, however, still does. It got changed recently, but its change is fantastic. It allows you to create, each of your Omega attacks has its own individual copy sphere. I think that's the way to say it. So you create a sphere when you do an Omega cast with one of your attacks, and you can create up to 3 for each of your attacks, your attack, your special, or your cast, and it will replicate it periodically 3 times, up to 3 times, and then done, and you can create a new one. So it is just stupid goofy. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can mix and match so many different statuses and curses, I think they're called, but it is ridiculous. Like, it might have lost like some super crazy OP powerfulness because it had special damage innately on it before the patch, but after this it is so good because you can just set up your own turrets. You can set up like an AoE field that everything just dies when it's great. All right, next up we will talk about the daggers. B tier for the aspect of Melinoë. They are very simple. You get backstab damage, which is good, but it's basically using the ambush to get behind constantly, and hopefully that you're getting the backstabs. Otherwise, they're not that strong in comparison to the other forms, such as Artemis. Artemis, I definitely give A tier. It's very defensive. It makes your charge, your Omega attack faster, so you're doing that ambush more, but while you're doing it, you'll create a parry. So it'll parry the next attack that you can parry every 15 seconds, and then once you do, you riposte. So when you parry, you go invulnerable for a second, and your next 9 attacks have extra crit chance, which is insanely powerful. Very defensive, very good. Overall, fun to play. I made lots of different ambush builds that worked out pretty well, and I like it a lot, but it has nothing on aspect of Pan. Pan is a very special dagger based aspect where anything stuck in your cast, your daggers will instantly track to them, meaning you do your Omega attack with your special, you'll throw a bunch of daggers, and anyone in your cast, they'll just home in on and just destroy it. It shreds like crazy. You get a good chunk of hammer skills that amplify this by either throwing more daggers or doing more damage to a single target. The damage gets crazy. It's very easy, very fun, very flashy. I liked it. It's just all around solid. All right, now talking about the wand, I will give this A tier. Aspect of Melinoë. This is the best version, I think, of the wand, so my others will probably be lower, but the wand, this makes it so like your Omega special lasts longer with the wand, which makes it, you create the two fires around you and they last longer, which is pretty much the best move that you can do with the wands. The attack really isn't that great, and it forces you to kind of lock in, so you're kind of walking slower as you're attacking, which isn't good. You don't want to slow down, but the only thing with the specials is that it doesn't stagger them. That's the only drawback. Otherwise, the wands would be fantastic, but still, it is very strong. You can make really good builds with the specials. Lots of good hammer upgrades that make this so much better. Let's go A tier. I was just testing these a little bit. Aspect of Morhoes. I don't really like it. It has some good burst potential, but since you have trouble aiming or keeping the ghosts where you'd like them, so like, yeah, you can funnel over to where the ghosts are, but chances are you're not going to get them the way where you want them. And so the ability is your ghosts linger, your attack lingers longer, and then you can use your special to explode all those ghosts. It's not great. It's a little too much thinking that you shouldn't need, and you'll get inconsistent ghost placements generally with them. The next one that has been improved on, Eos. So this creates a Daybreaker with your Omega attack. Or while you're attacking, you'll eventually cast your Omega just because you're going to be holding your attack button. You're going to just do it, and it shoots out a bigger pink ghost. This ghost lasts for about 6 to 7 seconds, and it just kind of goes out and explodes every 2 seconds, causing a bunch of damage. The explosion's big, the damage is pretty good, and it can be modified by boons. So it can do some devastating damage, especially in smaller locations. I liked it. I don't like it enough right now, but it is probably the king of B tier because I hate the attack build with the wands. It's not very good, and it feels very clunky, where I would like spamming specials more with the wands than anything. Anyways, moving on. Axe. This axe recently got changed, but I don't think for the better. It makes it so you get more attack and health for the night. Basic, very simple, pretty good, but not very, it doesn't stand out very good. So you're going to be hitting harder with this. With attacks only, it doesn't seem to modify the Omega attack, so it doesn't modify the whirlwind, and so that it just doesn't stand out for anything special. Very, very straightforward. I'm gonna put Charon in A tier. Now this might be a little weird, but hear me out. So in the patch 2, they made specials work a little better for the axes. It charges up very fast now, so you press your special button, and normally you just do like a little shield if you hold it, and you'll block multiple times. But now it has a longer block just for pressing it one time, and then the Omega can charge up really fast right afterwards, like ridiculously fast. And that's where I think it excels. It can do some crushing damage because its main thing is it makes your cast longer, and then when you special into the cast, it does the explosion of your cast. So anything that's modified by your cast can do insane damage, like you have maybe something like Zeus or Helios, something that makes your cast just start doing tons of damage. It's just going to amplify everything. Everything's just going to go full circle. And so like you do a lot of setups through your casts. Hopefully you get like maybe your cast cheaper, or just again, like you're probably gonna have good mana flow, so it shouldn't matter because your special does take up a lot of your mana, but it was worth it. You do some devastating explosions. It's pretty cool now. It functions really well with the new how specials work with the axe. I think it deserves A tier, but it's not going to be S tier because Thanatos is still up there. Now Thanatos got changed a little bit. I think it took a little bit of a nerf, but also it basically got like a nice little rework. So before, you would just gain crit chance on dealing Omega damage. So anything like charging up for an Omega damage attack will build crit. You would lose the crit once you got hit.
Now you stack up crit using your regular attacks to then increase your crit chance of your Omega attacks.
And makes this weapon ridiculous. Now they've kept that, but they've lessened the max crit you can get, which is fine. But they also added attack speed to it, so you can flourish like crazy. There'll be lots of builds that can maybe just do like the big slam, or your big slam hitting twice. Like a lot of good hammer upgrades that go well with the attack speed, but also whirlwind can go off. Like I made a whirlwind build where I could attack, I think it's called psychic whirlwind, where I could attack while whirlwinding. So it just kind of got really, really silly, and it was very strong. I really, really enjoyed it. And so you gain a lot of crit. Your whirlwind build still functioned really well, and you get some attack speed to go with it. Like it basically was just a slight tweak to nerf crit, which was fine and kind of needed to nerf because I think it got up to like 25% or something like that at max level. It's very strong. All right, let's talk about the skulls. I say this also belongs to B tier. Let's go C tier. The regular skull is just boring. It just does more damage based on missing skulls. Like it can be good. You'll get some hammer upgrades to get like more shells, but I don't see it doesn't stand out. It's just it's very simple and very boring. Like you shoot skulls, you pick them up. Cool. There are some good skulls for attack too. Like I won't argue that but I don't think it's not strong enough, and it doesn't stand out enough. Now Persephone on the other hand stands out a little bit more, just not enough. It got some good changes to how glory works and how much it stacks, and it does make you invulnerable while you do this, I believe. As far as I've seen, it seems like it makes you invulnerable. So basically anything hit by your Omega cast will build up charges of glory. These charges don't go away. They only go until you use your Omega special. So you can build it up, I think it was 6 times. Each charge gives you 2 seconds of extra duration for your Omega special. And that allows you to dash around as a skull, as like exactly as it looks. Like you become the skull, and you can dash around. Your waves just periodically shoot out, and you can control where you go. So you can get up to about, I think it's about 8 seconds, 8 or 10 extra seconds. Like it doesn't feel very long comparatively, but I don't think I have it fully upgraded. But I just did a build with it. I had like hitch on my special, so like it just spread damage like crazy. And then I could just kind of sit on targets once I got to a point where the duration, like if I hit a bunch of enemies and it was fully charged, I could just dive at something and just crush it. It was pretty cool. It's definitely a lot more fun, and it seems a lot better than how it was previous in the patch. But the more fun one, the Aspect of Medea. Easy to use, and it simplifies compared to the Persephone one. Either way, so its main thing is it doesn't actually fire the shells, it charges them up in you, and if you hit with the special attack, they all explode. That's as simple as it gets. So you do a lot of charging it up, use your special to charge at them, do some more damage, explode, get the skulls, do it again, and you do rinse repeat. So you'll dash in, probably drop your cast, explode again. It is fantastic. I had so much fun using this. It is just like your definition of hit and run. It feels good. I definitely recommend it. So yeah, this is my tier list. Just testing everything after the new patch. I feel like this is where everything sits into power scaling for sure, like how strong weapons felt. I know I don't have everything fully upgraded yet. I want more time with the game, but as far as I'm seeing, like how weapons perform even at like their lowest levels comparatively to the ones that are overperforming at the same levels, like this is a fair assessment. So do you agree with my choices for patch 2? If so, where did I mess up and where should things rightfully be? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming content. And I'll catch you on the next one.